You know that feeling, don't you? When good things happen and you can barely smile. When bad things happen and you can barely care. When life is just happening to you and you're watching it like a movie you're not invested in. It's called anhedonia, the inability to feel pleasure, and it's becoming an epidemic. But here's what nobody tells you. This numbness isn't random. It's not a glitch. Your mind didn't just break for no reason. This emptiness is actually a message. And until you understand what it's trying to say, you'll stay stuck in this gray zone between living and existing. The philosopher Albert Camus wrote about this. He called it the absurd, the conflict between our human need for meaning and the universe's total silence. We're wired to search for purpose, but modern life has become so hollow, so automated, so fake that our psyche has simply checked out. Think about your day. How much of it is real? You scroll through curated lives that don't exist. You work jobs that feel meaningless. You have conversations that never go deeper than the surface. You chase goals society told you to want, not goals that actually matter to you. And your brain is too smart to be fooled. On some level, this isn't real living. So it stops producing the chemicals that make you feel alive. It's not depression in the clinical sense. It's existential exhaustion. If this is hitting home, do me a favor, hit that like button. It tells me you want more real conversations about what we're all quietly struggling with. And subscribe to Class by Psycho because we're building something different here. No fake positivity, just truth. Here's what's actually happening in your brain when you're constantly overstimulated. Social media, Netflix, junk food, porn, whatever your escape is, your dopamine receptors get fried. You build tolerance. The things that used to make you happy don't work anymore. So you need more and more stimulation just to feel less numb. But it's not just biological, it's philosophical. Nietzsche warned about this over a century ago. He talked about the last man, a person who's comfortable, safe, entertained, but completely empty inside. No struggle, no meaning, no fire, just existing. And that's what you've become, not because you're weak, but because you've been living a life that was never meant for you. So what do? First, you have to accept that this numbness is information. It's your soul screaming that something is deeply wrong. Stop numbing the numbness with more distractions. Stop scrolling when you feel empty. Stop binge watching when you feel hollow. Sit with it. Feel it. Let it show you what needs to change. Second, you need friction. Real life has resistance. It has challenges. It has moments that make you feel something, even if that something is discomfort, fear, or pain. Start small. Have a conversation that matters. Create something with your hands. Do something that scares you. Your emotions are still there. They're just dormant. You need to wake them up. Third, find something worth suffering for. Because here's the paradox. You don't feel alive by avoiding pain. You feel alive by choosing your pain. Find a purpose that's bigger than your comfort. Something that makes you willing to struggle. Because feeling nothing isn't the final destination. It's a wake-up call. Your numbness is telling you the life you're living isn't your life. The person you're pretending to be isn't you. And if you don't change something, this emptiness will be all there is. So stop waiting to feel something. Start building a life worth feeling something about. That's the work. And it starts now. Thanks for being here in Class by Psycho. If this resonated, share it with someone who's going through the motions but not really living. I'll see you in the next one.